Alright, so this is part 2 to how I comfortably navigated human design in a way that really empowered me, brought me back into my authority, which then created magic into my reality, and without getting lost and bogged down with information. So I'm going to share with you how I navigated. Part 1 had to really do with aura type, design, and strategy. We talked about emotional authority, which is what you have if you have a defined solar plexus, which you can see on the right side of your chart. This is just a heads up. Please feel free to ask any questions. I share from an experiential, intuitive, as well as reiterating what I've learned from others. So feel free to ask questions. I obviously may not have all the answers, but I do love human design so much because it has been so transformative, not only to my relationship with myself, but my understanding and relationship with the people around me, most importantly. So after you know your aura type, generator, mani-gen, manifestor, reflector, projector, then you know your strategy. Are you waiting to respond? Are you waiting for invitation? Are you informing? Are you waiting a whole lunar cycle? Then it's authority, right? Solar plexus beings have to process their emotion. These are the emotional waves. I did talk about this more in the other video, but this is briefly whatever channels you have connected to your solar plexus is going to let you know what your emotional wave looks like. Solar plexus beings, we need to be processing our emotion. Sacral authority is beautiful because your body literally says, yes, I have energy for this. No, I don't have energy for this. You can literally feel it. It's beautiful. Or maybe you have splenic authority, which is known as body consciousness, where your body literally knows what you need, what is best for you, what is good for you. Maybe you're self-projected. Maybe you have no authority. I don't know. Either way, authority is so important. But after authority, even though authority is going to be the main thing you live by, with me, I am solar plexus defined, emotional authority. I am always emotionally processing, always. After that, you want to look at where is defined and undefined in your chart. Obviously, for me, I have a defined Anya, a defined throat, and as we've discussed in length, a defined solar plexus giving me emotional authority. These 3 centers are where I have consistent output of energy that is emanating from me. These are areas that cannot really be influenced by other people. However, they are conditioned by my experience. These white centers, this little one being fully open, the ego heart, along with this one, the spleen being fully open. These are clear areas of amplification where I'm taking in energy from the people around me who have these defined, and I am amplifying it. These 3 down the middle, my G center, the sacral center, and the root are undefined. And as you can see, and also my head up there. As you can see, I have hanging gates in all of these places. Undefined, open with hanging gate, open, no gates. So these are areas that I have consistently gotten hung up in. And these are areas that is not my energy. These are energy or spaces where I'm taking in and amplifying the energies of others. So if I'm getting lost into these spaces, I'm going to consistently be angry, which is my not self theme, because I'm going to run out of energy. I'm going to get lost. I'm going to get entangled. And that is exactly what happened, exactly about the time and when my field reached out to Angela, when I was super enmeshed into a group of people in my open centers or my undefined center, right? So I was tangled up with people in my G center. I was tangled up with people in my head. I was tangled up with capitalism in my root and in my sacral. And so it was just a mess of me tangled up in this not self energy. So when looking at your design, the most important parts after aura, after strategy, and after authority is the defined and undefined. For me, I am safe in my emotions and in my seeing, right? You can see I have the left eye there, gate 11. I have gate 47, where I'm looking back to make sense of things. I'm able to talk about what I feel, talk about what I see what I feel what I see, talk about what I see and feel, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm on the cross of informing. So understanding these places where I'm meant to be is important, but then understanding these places where I'm not meant to be was also important. Understanding that I'm not here to find love, direction, and belonging or identity in the people outside of me. And that these things will be fluid based on whose energy I'm taking in and amplifying, and also who's conditioned me here. Same thing with my head. When I learned that my head was this inner pressure, gate 61, the why, the inner mysteries, right? I was constantly experiencing a form of disembodiment and disassociation because I was getting lost in all of these questions that I was asking that I really had no business asking, to the extent. These areas that are wide open or undefined are areas of exploration, not areas to get hung up and lost in or become consumed by. And that's what was happening in my head. I was also taking in somebody's ego G center, or this ego heart center, and was feeling like this immense need to like save the world or start a community, right? Capitalism, this external pressure from the world, because the crown, the top, the head is an internal pressure, the root is an external pressure. And so feeling the pressure of survival, moving in a way that was so unhealthy, fast, not safe, right? With this undefined, my body is not able to handle a lot of the stress that somebody with a defined root can handle. So understanding what is defined, what is undefined. What I did first was I looked into my undefined gates, so I knew to stay away from them like the plague, right? And then I was able to look at my defined gates, and I was like, okay, these are areas that I am safe for now. Because for me, I have been for the last year going through a deep deconditioning, dismantling process where all of this energy that I was tied up in, I'm having to release and let go, right? Identity, things that I've thought about who I am, I'm having to let go of. Questions that I've been asking, work I've been doing, things I've wanted to create, I've had to let go of a lot to really see what is in my authority to be created. So yeah, that's the simple short version of how I safely navigate without getting lost in my head. Or just a little side note, right? These gates are specific archetypical energies, and the planets, like with astrology, show up in different gates. Each gate is going to be linked to a zodiac sign or a position on the wheel. Then a planet is in that position, it lights up a gate. Gates connecting two centers create a channel, which is a consistent energy output. So definitely be looking into your channels, because these are spaces in which you will really feel good and succeed. However, a lot of us get caught up in our open or undefined areas, and then we create karmic loops of suffering and human drama for ourselves and for others. So for me, this has cleared up so much energetic karma that I wasn't even aware that I had. That it's like, this information I think is so valuable for the world. And especially for children. The way that it's transformed, the way that I'm able to relate with my child, with my partner, with my mother, with my sister, with my mother and her partner, with just everybody. It's been so transformative in general. And then all of the work that Angela has done to help me detangle, and the unconditional love that she has modeled, also transformative. Unconditional love will heal the world. But again, not everybody is here to model and do it like that. So understanding what you're here to do helps you to not get stuck and enmeshed and entangled with serpent energy of others, and focus on you and you're not you.